Hey, tribe. Welcome back in. I am Coach Jocelyn. I'm a certified life coach and speaker. And today I wanted to talk specifically to leaders and entrepreneurs and professionals. There has been a pattern that I've been seeing with my clients about those of you who are in leadership, feeling like you're kind of lonely in that leadership. We've heard this term that it's lonely at the top, and that's not true. It may feel lonely because we may have neglected relationships in the past. We may have forsaken all of the things that we wanted to go after that thing, right? So if you're a doctor, you probably was like, I'm just going to put this on hold, this relationship on hold, my fun on hold while I pursue my doctorate, or while you're pursuing a degree or a specific certification. You may have created this pattern where you have just blew past your relationships and was like, you know what, when I get there, then everything will be okay. When I get there, I'll have everything that I need. And the truth is that everything that you do along the way builds the person that you are today and also helps to keep you where you're at. When I was in the Navy, I used to wonder why, we would have chiefs and officers and stuff like that who they seem like they never want to let you go home. They always found a reason to make you stay. And it would be like 1700. And we like, why are we still here? We finished work 3 hours ago. And what I realized that a lot of them, well, now that I'm older, I realized that a lot of them didn't have the relationships that they needed. They didn't have supportive relationships with other people so that they could talk to them about what's going on with them. And they were feeling kind of lonely at the top because a lot of times when you get into those rooms, you found that you've code switched your way up to that point, right? And I know that that's a new term. A lot of us didn't know what code switching was, but it's pretty true, right? That that there's a certain way that I have to act when I get to this level, or there's a certain way that I have to act when I get into this room, and it causes you to be unauthentic. You don't know who you are anymore. You've likely lost your identity, and that's not fair to you. So I wanted to talk to you about building relationships so that you can be good with where you're at, right? Because you've done all the things, right? A lot of times we get that pot of gold, we get that degree, we get that high paying job, that 6-figure and above job, only to get there and not be satisfied. And it's because fulfillment doesn't come from that thing or that particular place. It is great for you to reach your goals and to get to where it is that you desire to be. But a lot of times we get there and we see that pot of gold is filled with crap. All of it's gold plated and ain't none of it real. And I know they say that, money don't buy everything, but put it in my hands and I can show you. But the truth is that's true. We really do need relationships. We need relationships that are reciprocal and with people who actually do care about us and don't care about our money and doesn't care about our prestige and doesn't care about the titles and the commas that we have behind our name, but actually care about us. And unfortunately, on our way there, we may have destroyed some of those relationships, or we may have neglected some relationships because we were like, well, I'll take care of it when I get there. Or it just may be some of them relationships needed to go away and it needed to be space for you to create new relationships. So I want to talk a little bit about how you can go about getting those new relationships, because some of you are so resentful from past relationships when the truth is that a lot of times we've enabled people along the way, especially when you are a high achiever. High achievers are all about getting it done, right? You like, you know what? I don't got time to wait for you. I'm going to just go ahead and get it done. And that creates an atmosphere of enabling others, right? You may say that, I had this friend who they always needed me. And then when I no longer provided for them, they left me. Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, you can't play Captain Save a Hoe. You can't play. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that, but it's the truth. You cannot play savior to everybody. It is not your job to save people. There's only one savior and you ain't it. So stop trying to save people Who doesn't need to be saved by you? A lot of times they need to be saved by responsibility. They are avoiding responsibility, and it is not your responsibility to carry the weight of what they need to do, right? Especially like with adult children or even our subordinates and our coworkers. It is not your job to do their job. It is their job to do their job. It is for you to coach them on how to do their job and make sure that they have the tools that they need to get it done. But it is not your job to do it. Now you are stepping over the line. So we don't want to enable others, right? And then I want you to, well, at this point, take out your journal real quick, because I'm going to give a journal prompt to you, because I want you to reflect back on those relationships that is keeping you from making new relationships. Was there a relationship that you had in the past that you were like, I am never, ever doing that again. I don't need any friends, especially if friends are going to be like that. Don't punish the potential of new people that can come into your life that can actually reciprocate the behavior back to you, and allowing yourself to be like, I don't need them, when we do need people. And it's not just mentorship. It's not just coaching. You need someone whose shoulder that you can cry on. You need someone that you can go to brunch with and have fun with, but you can also be your authentic self and let your hair down with. Because the truth is when you begin to be your authentic self, you'll do that on your job. You will do that in whatever room that you're in, and it won't matter who likes you or not. You will attract the right people into your life that will want to enjoy your company and enjoy you. But first, I want you to journal about what relationship caused resentment for me. Where is there a relationship that even if it's over, why am I still holding on to resentment? What did this person do that bothered me so much that kept me from the potential of getting other relationships? Because let's face it, this affects familial relationships, platonic relationships, romantic relationships, work relationships. We do the same thing no matter what type of relationship it is. So I don't want you to think that this is just with romantic partners or just in friendships. We can allow this to spill over into our professional life. So don't allow that resentment to keep you there. Then I want you to forgive that person. And I know it may take some time, but you need to forgive that person. Just like I said in another video, because what happens is if you stay in that situation, you're still caught in 1995. You are still there. You have not grown and matured to the person that you are now. And you owe it to yourself to not stay stuck in your past. Release that person. Because the truth is, baby, it's probably some people that need to release us too. And we don't want somebody to stay stuck in life because of something that we did in our past, especially when we know that we're not that person anymore. And forgiveness is not to say that it's okay for that person to come back, but it's saying that I'm not allowing this situation to hold me hostage. And I sure as hell ain't allowing this person to hold me hostage to keep me away from the goodness of life and the goodness of what great relationships can bring. So I want you to journal that out and forgive them, and then forgive yourself for staying in that place. Because a lot of times we stay stagnant in relationships. You know, our professional life can be blooming and blossoming, but our personal life sucks. We have not kept commitments to ourselves in regards to our health. We have not kept commitments and keeping boundaries with people who use us and mistreat us and waste our time and bring so much negativity that they suck the positivity out of your life. You need to forgive yourself for being in that position and saying, you know what, self, whatever your name is, I today am going to treat you better. I'm going to make better decisions for us, because I don't want to be the type of leader that people dread coming to, who people dread working with, because I have allowed past relationships to make me bitter. And I don't want you to be bitter. It can be better. So I want you to consider those few things, and also just free yourself. There is freedom even in relationships. You have to be authentic, but you have to begin with, what is the root that caused me to be this way? What is the root of why am I still here? And we want to pull that thing out and plant some new seeds of goodness so that you can grow and do not be stagnant. Okay. So I hope that those tips were helpful. Hopefully it wasn't all over the place, because my heart is definitely for leaders and entrepreneurs, because sometimes you do, when you get to that thing, when you get to the top, it's like, okay, so now what? I want you to know that that title, that thing, that area does not define who you are. Your identity is not in your title. It's not in the commas behind your name. It's not even in your title of wife or single or whatever you have labeled yourself. Don't mislabel yourself. That is not your identity. That's just simply a position that you hold. I want you to learn and know the difference. And if you need help with that, of course, I am a coach, so I am here to help you to take your relationships and your life to the next level. I want you to get the most out of life, because at the end of the day, if you feel like you're unteachable, then you might as well go ahead and go on to glory. There's nothing else left for you to do here. You have fulfilled your purpose. And if you have taught others everything that you know, then there's nothing left for you to do. But we all know that that's not true. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right? There is still much work left for you to do. And I want to help you to have fulfillment and get in there. So go ahead and shoot me an email or book a complimentary discovery call with me. I would love to chat with you. I love chatting with you all. And all my information is down in the description box. Please reach out to me. I'm here to help you. Okay. I love you guys to life. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.